my name's Carole Wears, and I am standing here today in front of the bridges of Newcastle and Gateshead, a very famous site, of course, with the kittiwakes of Newcastle flying above me. The first thing I want to say to you is don't make the terrible mistake of calling them seagulls. They will be very affronted. The kittiwakes are adopted Geordies. When they arrive here in March, they are the early harbingers of spring. They're the furthest inland nesting colony in the UK, and that makes us unique for many other reasons, of course, but unique amongst the cities in the UK. And as I say, behind those kittiwakes, you'll see the bridges of Newcastle and Gateshead. Now, all of those were great engineering marvels in their day, and really, I think they represent all that's best about our cities and our region. They represent a great industrial heritage, but also a proud tradition of welcoming the stranger by foot or rail or road, and really that's whether the stranger is human or avian, they will always be given a good welcome here in Newcastle. As a cultural worker, I do many things to make a living here in the northeast. Which brings me to the answer of why I'm standing here on River Escape's boat, the Fortuna, this morning. One of the most brilliant things I do all year is have an occasional gig as a live commentator on the river cruises which run from here to the mouth of the Tyne. They also do other cruises that run upriver and hop between cities. But yeah, I have the great pleasure of working with a team of commentators to take you down to the mouth of the Tyne and back. Mercifully, we only speak for half of the journey, and then we are silent on the way back for you to enjoy your own journey up and down the river. And we all come from it from different points of view. We've both got different expertise. I would say that as someone who loves to tell stories and put theatre that tells stories on, that my particular tour might be peppered with historical facts, but a few tall tales too.
Okay, I mean, you sound like a wonderful ambassador for the city, and you're obviously a proud Geordie. We've got the Great Exhibition of the North starting in a few days. How excited are you about this?
Oh, there is so much going on in our region over the coming months. It's absolutely brilliant. But there's always great things going on in our region. And really, I want to champion the great exhibition of the North, of course, but also some of the brilliant independent things that you can find in our city. I mean, as I've said, I work with Gosforth Civic Theatre, I work with Arthur Betty Theatre, but there's so many brilliant people and organisations putting on independent and alternative events. This year we've got the Star and Shadow reopening. We've got a wonderful area called Oosburn, and that is full of makers and merrymakers and music makers. There's a children's library there, there's an urban farm, there's coffee makers, there's a fabulous patisserie, there's great microbreweries. So you might be pleased to hear that that's all from me. I've got to go now. Time and tide waits for no man or woman, but I really do hope to see you at some of the fantastic places that I frequent around our brilliant region before too long. Bye.